what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Long Island Rodeo Experiment, number 8.
Rodeo, baby. Let's go.
You guys stick with us tonight because we're gonna talk on some subjects that maybe it's gonna be a little harsh, but it's just real, and we're just gonna. I mean, it's stuff you guys already know, I would say, but you probably just don't want to hear or whatever. But I think that we'll do it in a way like we always do, that it feels okay to discuss it. But there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the gig economy. I don't know. Lou, Mary, how you guys doing?
What is going on?
Well,
long time no talk.
So, yeah. And so if you guys are wondering about my voice too, everybody, some people knew that I was out last week. I even missed the round table, and people and Tom and some other people still pulled off the round table for us, which was awesome. But I went and did some search and rescue. It was freezing. And they were just really pushing us too. So my voice is gone, and I did a live stream today on top of some curry deliveries, but I had an important live stream today with the person who's in charge of InDrive for this country, and now they're in 45. They're the second largest rideshare company on the planet, only to Uber. I mean, people don't know that with like Didi and Ola and Lyft. InDrive is the second largest, and they're only in Miami right now. But I had a very interesting conversation with them too. But that's when I realized by the end of it, damn, my voice is gone.
Yeah, you got to save that up.
I know. So what's up, Doctor?
We're gonna make you talk a lot. So
yeah,
I know. What's up, Dr. Demon? What's up, Gary? What's up, Kim? Hey, Traveler.
Gary doesn't like Star Wars hoodies. Come on, Gary.
Come on, Gary.
Star Trek is better.
What's up, Ronald? What's up, Kent? Hey, Gagan. What's up, Ivanaska? And what's up, Instacart Ryan? Is that his last name?
It's of course.
Well, Ryan is use it.
Ryan is Mr. Instacart, you know.
It just used to say Random Ryan. Now it says I'm guessing that's his last name.
Ryan is Mr. Instacart.
So, speaking of that, I mean, I guess we'll get to that because I have some theories on some Instacart stuff. Even Kim was doing some Instacart, and Kim and I do not do Instacart. She's like, you gotta try it too, Steve, because I'm doing really good with it. And this is because of some of the things we'll get into with these other apps, especially the food delivery apps.
Well, I've seen your offers, and they're terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I send all mine to Lou.
Yeah, like, you get the bad ones.
Lucy's like, how bad? When he's like, no, we get bad ones too. I'm like, look this is the best one I've seen. Like, and he's like, damn, I wouldn't touch that thing at all. So like, he understands. It's like this is the epitome of market to market. We don't get it. I don't get anything that I would do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You know, and I know there's a lot of places where Instacart is working and has worked, or it's not working now and it's working other places. But I have some theories on this too. I know that we're trying to be a little careful tonight about our wording because we were all backstage saying, what can we say about things and how to, but I've heard everybody else saying this stuff too. So I think it's okay as long as you don't put it into a negative perspective.
Yeah.
Because one of the things we'll touch on is the migrant situation, kind of in respect to the gig economy. And to be honest, remember that it's not their fault necessarily. In fact, a lot of them are lied to on what they're getting to here. And there's just so many issues. But so it's not even about being upset at them, but we've been talking for a while. Are they putting a dent into our gig space? Well, yeah. I mean, and if for those that wonder, well, why the gig space so much more than everywhere else? Because they're buying accounts, and they're literally they're able. They don't have to go through any of the red. Most of them just crossed illegally anyway. There's no paperwork on them. There's no court date, so they'll never get a green card.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
But you can go buy an account, link it to your bank account, and just start dashing.
It's true. I mean, I in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, somebody was actually was I don't know how they probably were against TOS, but I saw a post where somebody was like selling accounts, and it sucks. It really sucks because one of the things that drives us crazy as part-timers now doing this 2 days a week is all we do this now, 2 days a week. Nothing is more torturous when you go out and you're sitting for a half hour to start the shift. Or this week it was, I mean, this Sunday,
spoiler for
spoiler alert, this Sunday we did a 5.5 hour shift. We made $18 in the first 2 hours.
We sat from 9 to 11 and made $18.
Made $18 in the first 2 hours.
And what saved us was Instacart.
Yeah.
If we didn't have Instacart going, we probably
the food apps completely dead, but not completely dead because people, I don't believe, weren't ordering, because people were probably ordering really because of the oversaturation and the amount of people in the area who have these accounts, and add into the fact that have the high, especially for DoorDash, because DoorDash was completely silent for us almost the entire shift.
Yeah, we had it on the whole time, and you maybe got 2 or 3 offers. I mean, they were terrible, and I didn't get any. I had mine on for an hour and I didn't get anything.
Yeah, so, 15-16% acceptance rate, not going to do it when you have we have all these other people who just have these accounts and they're going to take everything because either A, they don't understand, or B, they don't care. Well,
I think it's B, they don't care, because I mean, look, they'll live on the street. We know this. They'll live on the street through snow, and they've never seen snow. Most of these people that come here are sending every dime back home.
Yeah, so they don't care what they make per hour or anything.
The dollar goes, even though most of us here would say the dollar's weak, the dollar goes a long way in South America.
Right.
Period. It just does. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that to them taking $2 offers is great.
Yeah, right, exactly. What do they care? They don't care.
And if there's a tip
some of them
in there,
made $5 a day.
Yeah. Meanwhile for us, it's like, we work all week doing our full-time jobs, then you add in, for me, doing the YouTube editing and stuff like that. Hey, what's going on, Melly? Thank you very much, Melly. Melly sending us a super chat, very much. Yeah, hit the like button, everybody. Support the stream, please. For both us and for both Rideshare Rodeo. So have both these on at the same time, by the way. Just mute one. So we're both getting the views. But so I don't know. It's just for us, we're working all week doing our W-2s. For me, Mary's always been very busy. I finally have really started to get busy at my W-2, to where it's taking up a lot more of my time. Part of the reason why now I'm only posting one video a week, because I just don't have as much time to edit. But then the editing on top of that, then to go out and do 2 shifts on the weekend, and to be sitting there for 2 hours, you ask yourself, what am I freaking doing? What am I even doing?
If it hadn't been Super Bowl Sunday, I think we probably would have quit.
Yeah, it was so demoralizing.
After sitting for 2 hours, we would have been like, all right, enough, let's go home.
I don't know if it's not fair. I don't know if it is fair. I don't know what the case is. But it's definitely frustrating for people like us who have 2 kids in college and middle class Long Island, just trying to get extra money, pay the bills, do whatever. College kids are expensive. And, it's almost like money's being taken away from our opportunity. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. 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 I mean, we're a sanctuary city too. So I'm literally watching this firsthand. I know you guys have had a little more experience because you've had it going on there longer, but this is really weird for us to have people shipped up to the middle of Colorado in winter. And thrown onto the street where we already have a homeless problem and things get to -5. It's like, dude, these people from Venezuela aren't going to make it through the night.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, and the encampments are just ridiculous too. They really are. But so I thought you were going to get into a little bit of the oversaturation of what we talked about last time, that people are finally realizing they can't afford the service.
Yeah.
But
it's
the migrants. It's
a combination of everything. Now, that being said, I will always say this is still the easiest way to make extra money. It's just now it's a lot less extra money. It's still the easiest way to make extra money. you know.
And I still would challenge, there's things that you can do, especially that step outside of the migrant things, because they can't buy a curry account. They can't, they're having trouble with English, so they can barely do
right
what they are doing with food. But like, and I think this was, you know, I don't know if it was Kim or who it was, but somebody had brought up, maybe that's why why Instacart is doing well again.
Yeah.
Because they can't do that. They don't know how to shop for our stuff.
Not only that, but because Instacart and Shipped, and I would say even like Shipped for sure, communication is so huge.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's if the language barrier is there, they're not going to get they're going to get a lot more dings on them and be deactivated because of so many dings.
And I think Shipped is even completely more different. So I do think there's something to that. Obviously, Instacart is tricky though, because of the fact that you're in a pool and you got to be so quick to react to be able to get an order on there. We have that advantage of us being together that we're able to do it. But I know that when I go out by myself, I really struggle to get any kind of Instacart orders because, you know, if you're driving half the time, driving around, you're trying to be safe. You can't be sitting there looking at Instacart orders while you're actually, you know, mobile. So it makes it a lot tougher.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I was watching, I think it's somebody from your live here just said something that kind of threw me off a little bit too, because, okay, I'm assuming he's talking about Washington State. And in which case it really blows my mind, because Washington State's supposed to be set up to be paying drivers better than everybody else.
Right.
I mean, I kind of knew what would happen up there. I don't know. There's nothing going on to stop what's going on either. And of course there isn't. I think some people get confused by that. Why would there be? Why would DoorDash want to stop people from taking 50-cent base pay orders with no tip?
Exactly. Exactly.
They had to pay for that Super Bowl ad.
Yeah. Right. The worst Super Bowl. By the way, come on. Tell me you didn't laugh, because I was just like, DoorDash would have a promo code that looks like this.
Yeah. What did the guy, I forget even what the guy won, but I was looking at it, it was like I thought they were buying him a house, but they put 50 grand on the house, but gave him a Porsche. I'm like, why don't you just buy him the house?
Right.
And not give him the Porsche. Why does he need the Porsche worth more than the 50 grand? Like, I don't know. I thought it was, to be honest, I kind of thought it was a really stupid promotion to give it to one person kind of thing. Like, I don't know. Think it through a little more. Give it out to more people.
But I mean, that's DoorDash for you.
Somebody said I heard Valentine's Day Uber drivers going on strike. Is that true?
So it's billed first of all, it's billed as Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash. But I think other apps are jumping on. The other thing is, let's just make this clear right here. So, because I was watching everybody say it wrong in Kim's live, you can't strike. You could protest,
right?
Which is a day off.
Right.
You're taking a day off.
Yeah.
Because you can't strike if you don't have a job. You don't have a job with these companies, so you can't strike against them.
Right.
Correct. Yeah,
you can protest.
It's a protest.
Yeah, it's
a protest.
Don't log in.
And but again, here's the issue: is when, like, what is that going to be 20%, because the other 80% don't get it anyway?
20%. You think 20% will strike?
No. What I'm saying is that, you know, I'm just using a random number, but a large percentage.
I think at most 1% strike. At most.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 1%. Yeah, that's. But you know, but the point is that, again, most people aren't going to care enough. Like, they don't care regardless, because they're going to be taking anything anyway.
I think that, you know, to be honest, I've talked about this before. When Instacart did, there's been a lot of, you guys probably remember, there's been a lot of Instacart virtual strikes. Like, we're not going to log on today. And I've always said, this ain't going to do nothing.
Right.
I honestly think it benefits the companies, because they prepare for these days and they look at them and go, okay, let's see what's going to happen. And they don't even feel a hiccup. So they'll be like, okay, bring their pay down. I think it hurts us, is what I'm saying. Because again, you can't strike. You can protest, but I think the better look, I'm all for protesting, like, you know, the overturning the right to have an abortion or something. Like, that's a good strike or a good protest. That's an actual movement, something you might matter to you. I hate to say this, but in this case, I would say if you're at the point where you need to protest on tomorrow and then you need to protest other days and you're at that fighting level, realize you don't have a job with these people.
Right.
And maybe bring in something else into the mix. And I'm not even just saying other apps. Try something else work-wise too.
Yeah. Right. That's what doesn't make any logical sense about it. And no disrespect to anybody who's going to be doing it. That's fine. That's your choice. But for me personally, it's like, and I know we've spoken about this before in the past. This is you go into your Android phone, you go into your iPhone, you download this driver app, you fill out an application, you send it. You're an independent contractor. The word independent. So just independently do something else.
Right.
Yeah.
Just do something else.
I mean, like this comment,
and even if you have to freaking our daughter in Wisconsin made a decision. Our daughters have been driving, doing the apps.
Yeah.
She said, I can't do it anymore. She went and got a job at the Panera. She's like,
yeah,
I need to make money,
and a steady money,
and steady money. And I think steady money is. I don't
know if I'd ever asked you. Did she have a job? Did she have a W-2 before this?
She did
when she lived in New York.
Okay, yeah,
before she.
Because I was going to say to any parents, and this is just my opinion, I do believe like my son has a W-2 too. I believe every kid should have a W-2 first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do believe that. Like, I think if you just somehow if you get through high school and you don't need a job through high school, I had one. Most of us had one through high school, but if you didn't and you get out, I know there's some like 18-year-olds getting out of high school saying, I'll just go right into the gig. I don't think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
No.
But what's funny?
Even if it was in a great state and it was super paying well, I still don't think it's a good move. I think you need some structure. You need to understand what having a boss is like, what taxes look like. You need to feel that.
There was a point though that like I thought that was a good idea. And now I'm realizing that it's not a good idea. And I guess we kind of had like a feeling this might be coming down the pike. I mean, I should even know just from coming from a poker background and being a poker player in the United States, to where even though I wasn't playing when what's called Black Friday, when poker was online poker was legal in the United States, and all of a sudden the government took it away at a snap, and all the poker players lost their livelihood. To me, gig work, I hate to say it, is the same thing, because when something is so good, I hate to say it, the government's never going to let you have it. They're not going to let you have it, and I just feel like now, I hate to say it, it sucks working for other people, but it also sucks not having money.
Yeah. There was a comment in here that, that was saying something about just work. I think it was just work in general. I was looking for it again. And I wasn't sure if what they were saying was what I agree with, but I do think that W-2 jobs, I think everything's kind of at risk right now. I don't think you should feel very secure anywhere.
Of course not.
Unless you have like a lot of, like Mary has a lot of built-in years.
Experience. Yeah.
Something like she's probably very field. Knock wood, but she's probably very safe where she is.
Yeah. Me, I work for an insurance company. You never know. Like they can get sold tomorrow, and everything can change.
Right, and that's not how the old economy used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like we used to see people come out of college, go to work for GM, then retire with GM. It doesn't happen anymore. Now, even if you're specialized, you're going to have 4 to 5 careers, even in the same field. So that's why I know things will bounce around. I've said this for a long time. The gig economy is going to change a ton. Like it's going to morph into something that we're just used to new apps coming out. I have a feeling we're going to morph into some things where the two are going to meet, and it's going to still allow some ways to work like this, but it's going to look a lot different.
Yeah. It's going to be back to what it is, I think for more people, I think in the end, even more people are going to be more like us, where it's literally just to have that little bit of extra money to be able to get that little padding in the bank account that you may need for the month, whatever the case may be, because you just need a little bit extra money for whatever reason that you may need to have some extra money. you know, I see it with my buddy who still is doing this full time on Long Island, you know, and you know, good for him. He's still grinding it out. He's still trying every single day. He's working crazy hours trying to do it, to make the amount of money that he needs to make doing this full time. And you know, I hear from him every day, and I personally, it's like at some point, it's like I know that he's been struggling, going backwards, and he's a top dasher. He's part of catering programs. He does the catering program through even through Para and all that, doing the orders through Para, and even still, it's been backwards. You know, he's got to fight that much harder. Sometimes taking some orders that just don't seem like they make any logical sense, but he's just fast at it. He's good at it to be able to do it. I think he's the exception. But he's going to still be struggling, going backwards a little bit, because
is he working more hours? Is he working
to get
that same amount of money that he was? I mean, but does he have a number that he goes for every month, and now he's having to work 50 hours more a month to get it?
I don't know if he is working more hours or not, but I have to assume he is, because he does. It's his livelihood. Right. You know, I remember he even told a customer once, because the customer was complaining about something and they lied about something, whatever. And he's like, I need you not to do this, because like I can't get deactivated. Like, this is how I earn a living. And I think that's very hard. I think that's very, it's very hard. I give him credit. I give everybody who's still trying to do this full time and fight this thing out and keep on going. But I also worry, you know, like I think everybody should have an open mind and be okay with potentially going back to how things were prior to these apps, because the apps came out, they were fantastic. They were like, you know, it's like anything else. When you, I mean, Mary can tell you from me personally, and she had to like talk me down, you know, about, oh, I can make money doing this, I can make money doing that, I can make money doing this, and she's like, hold on, you've been doing this you've been making all this money for like a month,
right?
You know, see if it's sustainable, and then the second it's not sustainable, like, you have to have a backup plan.
Yeah, or if you don't have one, you at least have to be willing to pivot.
Sometimes the backup plan is having to eat crap.
Yeah, and the other thing that, I mean, one nice thing about these apps is when this happens, you can step away and you don't have to quit them.
Right. You don't. That's the best part about it. You don't have. In fact, that's why I feel like we would never quit it, only because, you know,
because you never know.
There's no reason not. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason not to. It's just you just don't have to.
We're only going out like one or two nights a week now. Yeah. Who's to say, like, in a couple months we're like, oh, you know, we're going to pick it up again.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
And he goes out like once in a while during the week.
Yeah.
If I can, like, he'll just go out for a couple hours.
Or if I'm just bored.
Yeah.
And that's what's nice about it too. It's like if he's bored with being in the house all day, it's like, all right, I'm just going to go out.
Yep.
Get a couple orders, and
especially once it gets nicer out again. I enjoy going out on those weeknights. I really like, especially like during the springtime, and it's like, it's so like, you love like finally smelling that. I love that. One of my favorite things, you know, just to go into the positive, you know, one of my favorite things is like a Wednesday night doing deliveries when it's becoming spring, and you smell that nighttime air. And I love just like getting out of the car and going to deliver it. You know, it's nice, it's quiet. You know, we live in very quiet neighborhoods here. And just hearing like just that silence and dropping the bag down and taking the picture, I enjoy that, especially at night, when all you hear is basically the crickets and the people's dogs that when you woke up, because, you know, you're not supposed to ring the doorbell, but the dogs still bark. You know, but that's okay. So,
damn, this guy has high standards, man. I mean, I like it, but $1 per item and $2.50 per mile.
No exceptions. No
exceptions.
This one's $2.49. Nope.
And then I thought Ryan already knew this, that saturation was a thing. So he's like, no, I also believe it's saturation. Yeah, we know this is we've been in saturation for a long time. Now I've been careful about my wording. I've been calling it triple saturation. That just means the sanctuary cities or the migrants or whatever are around you, and that's affecting your market. That's all I've meant by it. And I mean, now saturation is ridiculous, especially on the, I do the last mile where I talk about off-brand apps. This is how I refer to them. And I think that that's really your best shot because those are harder to onboard to. You can't really buy accounts so easy, or I don't see them. I don't hear about that.
Thank you, Craig. Coming in. I didn't even know you could do that on YouTube. That's so awesome. You can give membership. You get this five
so,
experience memberships.
So if you're on, you know how YouTube's weird. Like if you can't, how like if I'm on a phone, I can't go to your to Long Island Dash Experience and become a member. I have to do it on a computer or on a browser through a phone. Well, it's the same thing. Like if you're on a computer, you can just click the 3 dots, and one of the options is gift 5, 10, 20 memberships, but it just does it randomly. It just throws them out.
Yeah, no, it's a big thing on Twitch. All right, so you know what? Before we go any further, all right, Mary, we have some shout outs to do because we have some new members to the Long Island Dash crew. So welcome to the Long Island Dash crew. Kayla, Jane, Kathy, Messy Jesse, Chef L. I think that might be it. I don't think we missed any. That's 5. So what do we say? Welcome to the Long Island Dash crew.
You guys should comment now. Because none of you have commented. But he just named.
Cat's not calling me to death.
But yeah, Cray Cray's the best. That's awesome.
Thank you, Cray.
Yeah. So what is he talking about now? Here in Texas, we have Favor. Yeah, I know about Favor too.
Favor.
It's just another app.
Favor. Okay. That sounds very inappropriate.
Right?
Sorry.
Well,
did we go there? Hang on. Let me get a favor. Well, what kind of favor? Hey now.
Well, I mean,
Brian, what are you doing down there in Texas? No wonder I haven't seen you on the Global Poker stream.
But so we were talking before we came on. You guys, I mean, we already were talking about this last time. You guys have backed off. I mean, not, I know you're not doing as many hours either, and it could be that it's winter. Some things could change.
Winter definitely plays a part too. It's way too.
Yeah, absolutely, it does.
Cold, and we're like, you know what? Let's just stay home.
Let's see. You have the option of going out in the cold or staying home inside.
But in past years, if it was cold, and I'm not saying you would every time, but most likely you would still go out. Now it's like you're facing that. Well, pay's really down. Do I want to go out? It's sad that you think that, because we used to not know what any night would bring.
Yeah. And our standards have definitely changed. Like instead of like trying to make 500 for the week, we're like, all right, let's try to make 200. And if we can do that in 2 days, we're like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the cold definitely has played. I feel like it's played a huge part of it. But there'll be days I'm like, you know what? Because we put in our budget money allotted to make, as part of our budget to make gig work. But there was like the other day I was like, you know what? I don't feel like going out. It's too cold. I'll just take the money from my poker account and to cover, basically pay ourselves from poker. It was just like, but I do know, like when the spring comes, it's so nice out. Then it's like you want to go out. You want to,
right. You don't want to be cooped up in the house.
Yeah. Then you don't want to be cooped. Now it's like,
there's been a few things too. Like today, I don't know if anybody saw it. I'm not like staring at it all day, but I keep track of it. Like the Dow had its worst day in a year. Lost like 700 points or something. It was huge. When trading closed right at 4, Lyft went from $13 to $20, and then after trading within an hour was back under $13. It was the weirdest thing. Like worst trading day, and then everybody's trading Lyft.
Yeah.
After hours for like an hour. It was really strange. I know that is it tomorrow the earnings report for DoorDash comes out. I'm kind of interested to see what that reads, because I know Uber put theirs out and they actually can claim a first time year of making money. But when I look at it, I see it a little differently than other people, because I see it as you've sold off all the crap that you don't need. And really that when you cut overhead and you stop being involved in all these ventures that are tech and you're not a tech company, you're going to start showing improvement. I don't think they're showing true profit yet. But I don't know. To be honest, with the fact that I know that, some money is probably getting chopped off the top, but I don't want to like accuse anybody of that. But with these apps, the fact that they're not making any money and that the driver pay is so low to me, it speaks some volumes. I mean, no matter what they do, they're not making money and drivers are making less.
Yeah.
Right. So where's the money going?
Yeah. I mean, like last time, if you guys missed the last time we did a live, we talked, I mean, we were talking about, are the food apps down? And Lou had a thought about how people are addicted. They're still using them, but they can't afford it. They don't realize it. And I agree with that. And now I think I think people think the economy's better than it is. We have it like illusionally propped right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all you gotta do is look at the debt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I was even that. Yeah, and I was looking at this, but I was looking at this. So people are doing what was the term they were using for jobs? Like the jobs report came out and it showed that there's a lot of jobs and whatnot, and there's a term for it right now, like soft hiring or something. It means that there's potentially a job opening, but they're in no rush to fill it.
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
And so to me, that's like a false job report.
Yeah.
Because you're talking, I mean, that could be any company. Yeah, right. we could hire 100 people, but we're not gonna.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well,
yeah.
So what's the point?
Well, I mean, our other daughter's having such a hard time getting a job, and there are all these openings, and yet she's been just, for whatever reason, like there was one job that, what was the job that?
Buffalo Wild Wings. She actually went in, was actually interviewing, and then as she was interviewing, the manager came in and said, "Oh no, we're not hiring." It's just so weird. So why would the company put out that they were hiring, and then the manager? She said she doesn't think the manager wanted to hire more people. I don't know. It was very weird.
That's a weird comment to make, though. That crosses some lines, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, why? He very easily could have just been like, "Thank you, we'll keep it. We'll keep you your."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You didn't have to say we're not hiring. Beat it.
Right.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not. They're not supposed to have any kind of say like that, but I'm just saying that I think that a lot of people are like, because I talked to some people are like, we're not in recession. Yeah, I know we're not, but we're right there, dude. And inflation's through the roof. It still is. Last time we talked it was, and now it's worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you guys again since the last live what I'm spending at the grocery store is killing me.
Oh yeah. Yep. Totally.
I mean, it's killing. Totally. My house, like my monthly bills are in the winter right now, so they're a little up. That kind of stuff gets balanced out over the year, but groceries has been a consistent year hike for me.
Yeah, it's out of control. We're fortunate here when it comes to groceries that we have a lot of supermarkets. The unfortunate part is the one closest to us is probably one of the like Stop and Shop, which everybody knows from watching our videos because we do so many Stop and Shop orders. It's one of the most expensive. This is what we don't understand either. Just going back to Instacart and where people are with their money, and why I think people I don't know where people are getting this money to spend all this money. Stop and Shop is easily one of the most expensive supermarkets around here at this point, of the regular grocery stores, not the high-end grocery stores.
Right.
And then you add in the pump that Instacart puts on there. We were it wasn't one of our videos, but we were talking about it. We were just talking about the different items and the prices that were coming up for some of these items. And we were like, I think the one thing was somebody paid $18 for a jar of honey. We were like, what the hell? Like somebody's doing well to spend $18 on a jar of honey.
She or like that honey.
Yeah. But it's like, why is honey $18?
Well, that was an
I think there's there's always honey for that much, Lou. We have honey here. We have honey here.
Honey bear.
It's like liquor. It's like on the top shelf too. It's like top shelf honey.
And it's like
that customer actually buying the name brand of everything. Like when we go shopping,
name brands.
We never buy name brand.
No.
Yeah.
We're always buying the store brand.
Yeah, the store brand is made by the same people who make the name brands.
Yeah.
So they put the store brand name on there. what is it? Cheerios and Roundos are the same damn thing.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Especially once you don't have kids, because you don't care what the boxes look like.
Right.
Exactly.
The kid's like, you didn't give me the Cheerios. Why is this? You know, the Cheerios and the Frosted Flakes. This is frosted. I don't know, frocks.
Well, for those of you young parents, anyway, just buy one box of Cheerios. Throw when the bag's done. Just put the
well, you know,
the other bag into the Cheerios
the large
box.
size, the family size, the regular size. I mean, stop it.
Remember back in the day when you would buy a box of Cheerios, it was like $1.50. It's like $5 for like a small box.
Steve, no joke. Okay, we have Dollar General. Okay, it's called Dollar General. I was like, no, let me go to Dollar General. Let's see if I can just get some stuff. You know, save some money on some groceries. I'll go to Dollar General. I bought cat food because we buy cat food for the outside cats. I bought cat food, a box of cereal, and what was it? It's like one other thing. And it was like $15 for 3 items at a place called Dollar General.
Even there.
Like what?
Even there.
We got one place by us.
Even the Dollar Tree isn't Dollar Tree anymore.
Yeah,
it's $1.25.
Yeah, like why? Why?
And even Five Below. Things
nothing Five Below anymore over there. It's like it's like at least 501.
No, and then they have a section that's like $5 and more.
Yeah, like we don't need they need really $5 and more. Why? Because these things used to be $5, but now they can't get rid of them, so now they got to be over $5.
Yeah.
And drive me insane. We have two supermarkets here. I feel like that are like nice and cheap, and that's Aldi, which we hate shopping at. You know, if you're watching the channel, we hate Aldi, but we go there. And Lidl, which we wish like there were more orders unshipped. Dollar Tree is now.
Yeah.
And they have a $5 section too. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
That's where they sell the stickers.
But the $5 section is one thing, but for Dollar Tree to go to $1.25, that's just pathetic. That really is. I mean,
like that tells you
whole name branding.
No, that tells you everything you need to know. But then, this is what I don't understand. This is what I will never understand. Is then people are paying. All right. Let me stop for 1 second. And bring up one thing. Okay. I know. So I don't know about how it is in your area and anybody else. Oh, hey, thank you very much, Polymetal.
Oh, wow.
Which app do you guys? All right, let's see. Because I was in the middle anyway. Which app do you guys feel is more reliable for bad orders? DoorDash or Uber Eats? DoorDash has so many bad orders in my experience. So
Uber Eats.
It's definitely Uber Eats, and it's Uber Eats because they don't have Top Dasher. That's why.
Well, and also, Uber
and
Eats
Diamond and 50 and 70 and all these.
Yeah, and all those other stupid.
Well, and Uber Eats does these incentives for the shopper too. Like you constantly get like coupons and things.
Right.
So
right. Which is what I was just about to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I want to know from you guys in chat. Do anybody use Uber? I've actually been finding myself using Uber Eats here and there because I've actually found it to be cheaper because Uber Eats has all these amazing deals now where you get like 40% off of your order, and you can I have one now. It's a coupon for the next 3 orders. I get 40% off, and I saved like something like $9 or $10 off of an order I just did, and it was actually cheaper than if I would have actually went there.
Yeah.
So, but what does that do? Like, what is that a reason why base pay is now lower because they're doing all this stuff and they're making it cheap for the customers? What is the correlation with all these coupons? And I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Melly said that every time she compares Uber Eats and DoorDash's Uber Eats is always cheaper.
Always cheaper because Uber Eats has all these coupons, and they're fantastic.
Yeah. Especially if if you go in blindly and you're willing to just go, I don't care where I eat.
Right.
Because when you open it, there's going to be a lot of deals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Uber Eats has been saving us on a lot of our shifts.
Yeah.
Shifts.
Yeah.
Not ships.
Yeah.
We don't do shipped.
Yeah, shipped is always
that's another story.
That's not a story. Yeah, Uber Eats. So the answer to the question is 100% Uber Eats. DoorDash is just.
Hey, Ellen.
Hey, what's going there, Ellen?
Ellen hit 1,000 subs, by the way. So
congratulations.
Congratulations,
Ellen. Yes, welcome to the club.
Get that thing monetized.
Welcome to the club.
Change the rules again.
Yes. Yeah, I think that that definitely the fact that Uber Eats doesn't have all the rules helps because listen, like I said, my buddy.
But are we gonna be getting the rules? Are they? Can you fix your hat?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think
Wasn't
so.
there like a whole thing that
well,
they were
well, that
gonna
was
be
because
changing?
well, that was because of the city having having the dollar per hour minimum there now that New York City has their certain rules. But I mean, we see like my buddy Rob, he sends the screenshots. He sends screenshots to me all day, and I see them. He's Top Dasher. He's part of the large order program, and like there are great orders out there. They're just not great orders out there for us.
Yeah. No, I mean, so last time we talked, you guys were already backing off, and we were talking about a lot of factors. Like, we're not in the pandemic anymore. We're not like rideshare, groceries, those are different deals, but food delivery, I mean, in the pandemic, it was a lifesaver and it changed the whole game, but we're not in the pandemic. There's no stimulus checks. Everybody's struggling. Everybody's pinching pennies, even people who do very well. Everybody's watching their money right now. And it's costing more to get the food from these platforms, but the drivers are making less everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I wonder how it is during the week, because we only do it on the weekend, but I wonder if anyone drives during the week, how is it like for work time when at lunchtime?
Well, I talk to people all week, and I'll tell you, every market, I mean, with very few exceptions, every market's volume is so down. And on the weekdays, some people who work full time aren't working them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like, there's no point. I'm not making anything.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm out here making $50 for a day's worth of my time. I'm like, dude, you
don't do that. And the time, and like I always say, the most valuable asset more than anything is your time. And to spend your time sitting in a car doing absolutely nothing, unless you can find that time and use it like productively while you're sitting in your car, like you're just wasting too many hours of your life that you will never get back.
Yeah. And I mean, clearly, I understand, and I think we touched on it. Look, I also at the same time I'm not endorsing get out and get a W-2 only because I don't think they're as protected.
No.
So I'm not saying that I have the answers. I'm just saying that when you need to pivot, you need to pivot. I mean, if you can't, if you're not making the money, man, you gotta just don't deactivate the account.
Right. But and this goes back to the whole thing with the strike is like strike against yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Strike against yourself by looking in the mirror and saying, look, I got to make a change now.
Well, then, I mean,
not working for me.
And that is the thing. People, and I keep seeing it, strike. And only like one article yesterday, out of the 10 articles written, all of them said strike, except for one said protest. And I'm thinking, dude, why are they writing strike?
Yeah, protest.
I know, but these newspapers know better than that. I mean, it's like literally they're clickbaiting beyond normal, though.
Right. Yeah.
Because they know we can't strike. For those, again, that have joined us since we started, you can't strike. You don't have a job with these companies.
Yeah. And where do you strike anyway?
Right. But I mean, like if you had a W,
what
are you going to be outside? Outside, everybody's outside of their house. I'm not working today. All right.
Well,
so you know what? Uber Eats and DoorDash and all that. Guess what? They don't have PTO. So you're not working today means that you're just not making money today.
Well, the other thing that I saw,
did a great job.
This really kind of bothers me because, like, I know rideshare professor, I chat with Torsten once in a while. I know this is a big passion of his. I don't agree with what it accomplishes, but hey, man, if you guys feel like you should do this, by all means do it. I'm just, I would think more instead, like it's Valentine's Day. Just take the day off because it's Valentine's Day. And
day off, spend some time with your loved one. You know what? Because that's what's more important anyway.
Yeah.
DoorDash.
But I mean, I just can't think of it as a strike. I can't.
They don't care. Why do they care? Why would they care? Why would they care? Why would they care? Because you know what? While you're freaking striking, they're sitting up there, like in front of their fireplaces and in the nice houses in the winter, sipping their cocktails, not really caring if Joe Schmo is
they're not striking. They're protesting.
They're protesting.
Protesting.
We gotta stop using that damn word because it's not a strike.
Well, maybe baseball season's come up.
But the other thing that I saw that this kind of bothered me is that tomorrow, like for LA example, okay, is the strike. Now you got me saying it.
The protest.
The protest is from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the airport for rideshare. And I'm thinking, okay, so you've literally just blocked off 2 hours.
Well, those
I mean, I don't even forget strike, but what protest is that?
Right.
I mean, you're just, if anything, you're going to cause maybe a little surge, but probably not even that.
Yeah.
They're going to
and therefore
just not pick up anyone.
And it's probably just going to be on the local news anyway.
Well, but that's the thing. Like,
the local news.
Again, I think that I honestly believe that it helps the platforms.
Yep.
They're already aware of this. There's a strike tomorrow. Let's see what it does. When it doesn't do a damn thing, they probably go, man, we're paying these guys too much. Drop that pay a little more.
Well,
I don't think you're getting you're not getting the wanted result. You're getting the unwanted result.
Right. And also, not for nothing, but, and I'm curious if there's, I don't know if there's any customers. Well, I know Melly is a customer. She doesn't drive. But Melly also watches us, so she understands, and she's definitely on the side of the driver. I think that most customers look down on drivers. So if people who are not doing the driving see drivers protesting, they're not going to care, right? Because the company's not going to care, and if the people who are the customers aren't going to care because they look down on you already anyway, and we know they do, right? Most of the ones who don't do it don't even know that most of these drivers are independent contractors. They think they actually work for the companies. A lot of them do.
Sure.
Right? They're not going to, what are they going to care? So what is the protesting going to do? Except for like making yourself feel good because you decided that you don't want to make money for 2 hours.
Yeah. And the way these used to work, at least with the Instacart ones, I remember, was just don't turn your app on. Now I've heard one thing that's a little more encouraging to me on the rideshare side. It still isn't going to, I don't think, do much, but to be honest, I do think that they're playing it a little smarter anyway, because now they're saying turn on the app and don't accept anything. I agree with that. If you're going to do this, do it.
Right.
Don't just leave the app off. That's not doing anything.
Right.
That's called the day off, guys.
Yeah. Right. That'll actually help more because by doing, I mean, it's not gonna help at all, but I mean,
right. But I mean, like, if there was a little hiccup
yeah.
of how many drivers you need, how many before they start hitting their surge amounts. So if anything, by not turning it on, you might create a surge for the other drivers. No ride will go untaken. No order will go untaken. It might be 1 minute, and I doubt even that. 1 minute later than it would be, but I doubt even that. They have 10 times to 20 times too many drivers on it all times.
Right.
So if 1%, and guys, I hate to say this, but 1% I feel like is me even being generous.
Yeah.
I don't even think 1% strike.
Right. Yeah.
It's a protest.
Protest, Steve.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think they do. I don't think they ever have, and I think it hurts us. Because these companies they overanalyze everything. They'll go, okay, well, that was their protest, not a hiccup on our system.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, that 99% of the people, there's no just are not. They're not watching YouTube. Let's face it, YouTube is where the information is. YouTube, the podcasts. They're not. They don't even know. They don't even know like this stuff's even on YouTube. They don't.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing a thing.
Russ, we don't have 1 million freaking subs.
I'm gonna start doing a thing once a month with the audio podcast where it won't be the whole episode, but I'm gonna take a piece where I'm actually talking to some customers. I want to talk to customers about what they know, what they feel.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, because I think that
I love that.
I think I'm gonna open a lot of people's eyes. And I think that, I've always thought it's a problem to call it tipping. It's like calling a protest a strike.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's really a bid on services. And that's really what it is. I mean,
it is.
And we got to get to that because
tipping happens in restaurants.
Exactly. Tipping happens, but more importantly, even not just restaurants, it happens after the service. You tip based, even if you have a percentage you like to do, you might do more or less based on that performance.
Right. When you order something through the apps, and we haven't been ordering a lot recently, but last week was such a busy week that we actually ordered twice. And whenever I order on the app, I always think, what is it going to take to have this order delivered to me as fast as possible?
And
it might be better education to the customers if they see it as bid for service. Because then it makes more sense where how you'd get it faster, or where you're going to fall in the line. Like, instead of thinking like, if I don't tip, I just won't get it.
Now, if there was also a way to bid for service at McDonald's, again, McDonald's will make your food faster. That's the other issue.
I mean, it just really, I don't know. It just really makes me kind of sick that a lot of people, these apps have gotten so far out of control with payment. I don't use them much either, but I do know that it's ridiculous. I mean, the amounts that they're going up, and the amounts that, after all those years of saying that they wouldn't, and they were doing just fine, and the drivers were doing just fine. And I think we're seeing, in the food space anyway, I think we're finally seeing, and guys, don't start hating, but I think we're finally seeing the decline, and it won't be the end, but we're seeing the decline of what was an unbelievable run. I mean, like, nobody would have predicted it, just like the pandemic. Nobody would have thought it would have happened.
It was necessary. I mean, what was it? What was the movie we saw? We saw the movie that with the GameStop stock.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw that movie.
Oh yeah,
and Pete Davidson's the DoorDash driver, and he's like, I'm a first responder. Because like then it almost was like, like the DoorDash drivers were like a first responder. Not to say the first responder, but but it's like, because that's how people
that's worth watching, everybody, too. I can't remember what the name of the movie is. It's not just GameStop, but whatever it is. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good.
It was actually, I enjoyed the movie too. We actually went to go see the movie.
We did.
We did. The movie theater.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I think we've seen this a bunch of times, so I'm not really I don't think we're going to see anything really. I mean, I think that the day after, that's when the news dies. And I know this for a fact: when these protests happen, and when they have in the past, these companies wait till the day after to release some big press bomb, because they let the people build. Like right today, there was a bunch of stuff about the protest in a lot of different papers. Tomorrow, it'll be buried because they'll say something good about all these companies. Because they all work with different media. So they'll go to their media affiliates and they'll say, we need a good story ran today. And that's how simple it is. That's how twisted and dark it is. We don't have reporters who really, they do their job as best they can within the confines that they're put in. But it used to be reporters didn't have confines. So it's just sad because they can go pull their weight and make up for this too.
Use your time more productively. What's going on, Dash Across America?
What's up, Chuck?
Howdy.
Use your time more productively. Value your own time. Value yourself. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself questions. Always be improving. Become a better person. And use these apps as a way to grow as a human being. Become better. And we've been talking, we've been speaking. I feel like obviously we've had a very negative tone, speaking very negatively about these things, but
we're not really. I think I call it honesty.
It's honesty, but the sad truth is that the honesty is negative. The honesty is negative in terms of it's the roses are not red right now when it comes to this, but if the people who are going to protest look at, just grow and become better people, become better and improve, and take this as a stepping stone to the next thing in their life, whatever it is that they decide to do, play it smart, then you don't let the apps control you like everything else controls you. Be in charge of yourself.
And for those that are just so dead set,
don't protest.
Again, I got nothing against this, but for those that are so dead set and you're struggling a little bit with maybe you're multi-apping and you're using Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft, and Instacart, all the main staples. I would say it's finally, like, if you're so committed to the gig economy, it's time to step out of your comfort zone and go into last mile. Go into these other spaces where you might do a little more work. You're going to make more money. You might have to get up earlier.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
be independent. You can still, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't go back to a W-2. You can still be independent. But like Steve says,
you might have to branch out a little bit more.
Grow. You know, DoorDash and Uber Eats, Instacart, this is entry level. You know, you go to a job, you do a W-2 job, you start off the bottom. Grow.
Yeah.
Do the next thing. Do the harder thing.
That pays better too, and
Curry,
still does. So.
You know, Curry, Curry, I feel like is something that is you've now gotten a promotion. You do something a little bit harder.
Yeah.
You got to work harder.
Yeah. I mean, I have 700
promote yourself.
800-pound orders of paint.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. That's not a bag of McDonald's. That's a lot of work.
And you're getting paid for it. You got a raise.
Yeah. Yeah, but I also get up at 4:35 in the morning to do those good runs.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what you know. You got the better shift.
But see, now I feel like, I mean, look at DoorDash. DoorDash is as close to an employee model as you can be. Tiers, diamond,
earn by time,
50%, 70% earned by time. Blocks, you know, like I can't just dash now anytime. I'm a 14% bottom feeder.
Oh yeah, same with us.
Yeah.
If we don't schedule together, game over.
But I mean, like, so I'm having to, if I want to do a dash and kind of evaluate or run Parapulse or anything, I have to schedule and usually I have to do it. If I want to do it in my zone, I have to do it way out, like almost 6 days out to get one.
Yeah. That's what we do. I actually have my alarm every day at 3:00. And I schedule. So, hey, thank you so much, Bermuda.
Thank you.
Let's shave the beard for 1 million. Nice.
Are you paying him 1 million to shave the beard?
Yeah, my beard right now is like manageable. I
probably has to go in a couple of weeks.
I probably do have to go in a couple of weeks. I'm really, really bad about getting my hair cut.
We know this.
Yeah, I'm so bad about getting my hair cut. Then when you see me on video, I always love, by the way, just a little bit of YouTube talk. I always get a kick out of it when our videos are like a little behind. And I have like the big Santa Claus beard at this point going. People are like, oh, Lou, will you please shave? Will you please get a haircut? Comments are great by this. Some of the comments is like, I should really tell you one of the comments. Somebody was really, really hating on me. Yeah, somebody was really, really hating on me.
Somebody was really beating up.
Somebody was like commenting on older videos. I gotta tell you guys about this because I thought it was hilarious. Because there's nobody here who would ever be watching this stream. Somebody was commenting on all the videos, and they were binge watching, which was great. Thank you. Comments, negative comments, love them because YouTube likes comments. So bring on the negative comments all day long. So somebody was like, Mary, I don't know how you deal with him. Mary, you know, you always have to tell him to watch his back. He's so oblivious to his surroundings. You should be doing the shopping by yourself. He holds you back. Yeah, he's
sorry,
so oblivious. Lou, you talk too much.
That was me, guys. I did that.
And I love it. But yeah, then the people like Lou, you really need to shave. And it's funny is like then I'm like thinking, oh, I did shave. It's like 2 videos. Video's like 2 weeks old.
Yeah, but guys, hit that like on both sides. Comment that like Lou said it. That is what brings
negative or positive. Negative or positive.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. I love it.
So, I mean, you know, obviously there's a couple things going for us as maybe we can flip it to a little positive here because we are, you know, Valentine's Day is a shifting point sometimes.
Yes.
Then we hit spring. And that always helps. And
bring on that spring.
I still say that, you know, a lot of things need to happen with the migrant situation, though. It is a big deal. We don't need to get into all the specifics of it, but it is. If you don't think it's affecting you and you're not seeing it in your market, because I do talk to a lot of people who are not, it will be affecting you because it'll be affecting your pay, even if they're not there.
Yep.
If you think for a minute, DoorDash and all these companies are going to.
Yep. Just by oversaturation. Just by oversaturation, because again, it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so
I
easy
mean,
to get on the apps and work, which is good and bad.
yeah, I mean, and it's easier than easy because now you can buy illegal accounts.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Which is sad.
So that makes it like, so you're not even onboarding properly. You're not even being pathetically background checked by checker.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
You know, it's like somebody else is.
Yep. Which, by the way, is then putting customers at danger, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And it always makes me wonder too, like, where are these accounts? I mean, are these accounts just created in like kind of, you remember the days of like people who were dead that were voting and they'd find this out. And they'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
like,
Right.
that guy's dead. You can't vote. Like, well, you stop this. Because I'm always like, somebody has to be getting some tax forms right about now.
You having like your kids sign up or something? Like you're like 10-year-old? Like
Right. But somebody's getting some tax forms right now to those accounts that these illegals are using and buying, and they didn't do any of that work and they have to claim that money.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm curious about that too. Is it people renting accounts, or is it dead people's social security numbers or whatever being put into place? Or even if it's not dead people, is it some kind of like fake way of doing it and somehow they've tricked the system, or is it actual people who are going, here's my account, I'll rent it?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad.
My point being, because I want to be one of those people that doesn't have to pay taxes.
To find out for us.
Yeah. Steve's on the case.
Steve's on the case.
I love the idea. I love the idea though, talking to customers. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm not going to do it I'm going to do it like once a month for like half the episode. It's not, that part won't be live. I'm just going to take some cuts of different customers.
Yeah. I think that's a really great idea. I don't know how you're going to do it, but that's a great idea. You're going to go to people's houses. Hey, by the way, as I'm delivering your food, I have a podcast. You mind if I ask you a few questions?
I think I talked to enough people, and even on Twitter, I think I could get some reaching
I would do
out.
that, by the way. I would totally do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I would too. But I think that, number
enough.
one, I also have a lot of friends around Denver that don't do this work, but use these apps. And I'm always blown away by what they think we're paid. And I mean, they're like, well, even if you're only getting half of that, you're doing really well. It's like, yeah, but we're not getting half of that.
Yeah. Most of them, like I said, most of them think that you're an employee of the companies.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the people I talk to know we're not an employee, but they also know, they think that we make a lot more.
Yeah.
And so that, because they're always like, dude, I spent this. There's no way you're getting paid less than this. And I'm just laughing. I'm going, dude, we never make that. I'm being paid half that. That's like, I don't know. I think that, when people, it's already happening in rideshare. People are now talking. I did rideshare since 2015. We never used to talk about that stuff. Now it's like pretty common. Somebody will say, hey, how much are you getting for this trip? Because I paid $130 to Uber. Those conversations didn't used to happen. Now they're happening all the time. The riders want to know, how much are you getting? And I think this is going to be a big problem for these companies too.
Yeah,
because
I think I like hearing that. I like hearing that customers are curious.
Yeah, because the numbers have gone up for them, and they're wondering, hey, are you now going from $50 to $70 an hour? And then the drivers are like, dude, I make $15 an hour. What are you talking about?
Bermuda says, say no to AI. It's killing all the jobs. I think that's another potential huge issue for sure.
Yeah. AI,
without a doubt.
Yeah. AI is my example of, there are some benefits, but we've let it go way too far.
Yep.
But at the same time, I kind of understand, because other countries are going to push it so much faster than we do if we don't stay on it.
Yeah. Right.
So we've opened the AI Pandora's box. There's no shutting it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, just to keep up, we need to now be involved in AI. AI scares the crap out of me, though.
Yeah. And we thought it was all just Marty at Stop and Shop.
Yeah. But I mean, like, what is it? Chat GPT and stuff. That's just a little version of AI.
Yeah.
What AI is doing to jobs.
Yeah, we've seen it. There were ads during the Super Bowl, right?
The Google something. It's a Google AI or something.
I mean, there's a hotel in Japan that has no humans that work at it.
Oh.
The cleaning staff, the people that check you in, they're humanoid robots.
Oh.
So it's not even like it's all just your card and there's nobody there. There's robots only in this building. I mean, that's pretty spooky stuff because
well, that's like at the airport. There was a store that you didn't even have to.
Oh yeah.
There was no one in the store.
Was that Minnesota?
No, I think
Minneapolis.
I don't remember. No, it was at LaGuardia.
LaGuardia.
And you just walk into the store. You don't pay or anything, and it just like knows you're in the store, and then you just leave.
That was so freaky.
And it just like it charges your credit card. It just like knew that you were in the store. It's very weird.
Which card?
In LaGuardia.
If you have 7 credit cards in your wallet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it knew.
It knows. It just knows.
It just picks one.
Or you had to swipe it on the way in.
I think you had to. Yeah, you had to swipe it on the way in. But like you didn't have to like ring in your items or anything.
Right. You just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've already seen those fail with.
We will be obsolete.
And the,
Well, even with like the self checkout, they've started.
Yeah.
But actually,
that was my question. How does it know it's your card?
But it's that at Target, they've actually taken away the self checkout.
But apparently, a big reason for that's been more so because of theft.
The stealing.
Because people have been stealing at self checkouts.
Which is weird because I don't know about you guys, but at every self checkout here, there's a person working them.
Yeah, and they're recording you the whole time.
Right. Yeah. Well, people are just dumb.
Well, I mean, I've actually read things about that though lately, like where they're like, we know people steal. We know exactly who's stealing. We're not doing anything about it though. They're afraid to do anything about it.
I'll tell you what. I think like as being so I back in the day, when I was a young Lou, I worked at Radio Shack for many years. Many years equals 6, and I remember I know now this would definitely not happen, but I remember a couple of times chasing somebody out of the store who was stealing.
Yeah.
But now it's like, well, I'm making minimum wage. What the hell do I care if they steal? That's like at the movie theater. You can buy. I was only making minimum wage then too. You probably were too, and minimum wage was a lot less too. But I was still in those type of jobs. I was a manager. I was making the big bucks as a manager.
But I'm saying even if you weren't, like at least in our time, I would have been willing to tackle the guy because I know there's no PC crap coming with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tackle him. I'm gonna hold him down. I'm calling the police. Like, I'm doing that. Nobody's doing that these days. They just stand there and watch.
Yeah, because why should they?
Yeah,
they're not getting paid enough to get hurt.
Well, they're being paid 3 times more than I was at that age.
Oh yeah, but that's when you can go and that's when you can go to the dollar store and actually get something for $1.
Yeah. I mean, talk about a hard rebranding, man. I guess just order a knot at an angle for every one of them. Not the dollar store.
Just to call it used to be. But make it, make it current. It's hashtag used to be. That's the important thing. So the kids understand. Yeah, the kids, they know the hashtags.
Yeah. So Japan has many of those unmanned stores. Yeah, I mean, I know this was a complete hotel though. The maid service, everything was like, if you called for maid service, everything was robotic and done. It would come up and do it. I mean, it's just wild. I think we're moving. That to me is moving in a direction of what do they want us humans to do? All I think of is the movie WALL-E.
But let me ask you a question. We'll
just sit there.
With all the advancement in AI, why can't they still get the automated person they have to deal with on the phone that you have to say, like, you have to do the voice prompts and it still has no idea what the hell you're saying?
That is true.
Why can't they get the voice prompt lady to freaking like be smarter? Can they work on her instead of all this other stuff?
Yeah, and why does she go so slow?
Oh, it's brutal.
I mean, I'm sitting there and I'll be like, I don't even do it anymore. I get mad as soon as I have one of those. I'm just like, operator.
Yes,
operator.
Right.
I'm the same way. I literally yell at it. I will actually be rude and abusive to the robots. I'm like, you suck. I hate you. I hate your life. I want to talk to somebody right now. You smell. I can smell you over the phone.
And it does. And it used to, I don't know if you know this, a lot of them used to recognize the word human. Now it doesn't.
No. Yeah.
Because it's like human, please.
Maybe if you said lower life form.
Yeah. See, but I honestly don't think this works either. Just say agent until you.
Yeah.
I do that.
I think I had one of the robots hang up on me once. How rude was that? Actually, you know what was funny was like that was actually one of the funnier. Actually, I thought that was actually one of the funnier Super Bowl commercials. One of the commercials airing. I don't know if it was a Super Bowl commercial. Was the one where the woman was like, "How do I know you're not a robot?" And she's like,
yes.
How do I know you're not a robot?" And she's like, "Wait a minute, you're actually right. How do you not know I'm not a robot? How do I know? No, I'm not a robot."
That was Stifler's mom.
Yes, Stifler's mom. That's right.
Or they did that test. I can't even remember what this was for, but they did that test with AI where they said, it hit a CAPTCHA, and AI had to quickly figure out what to do about this CAPTCHA, and so AI made a customer chat support or something saying that they were blind and they couldn't do the CAPTCHA. And somehow they got into the account.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me either.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, in a split second, they're like, "Yeah, we can figure this out. What we'll do is say we're blind, and we'll get right past your dumb system."
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, don't try and trick it, because it in a millisecond can go above your thinking.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Those CAPTCHAs. Don't even get me started with CAPTCHAs. Actually, I'm starting to think about CAPTCHAs and crosswalks and how I know that that's a crosswalk. I swear to God, it's a crosswalk. I know it's a freaking motorcycle. Don't tell me it's not a motorcycle. Okay.
Ryan's one.
Little tiny piece of the motorcycle in there, or else
that's the thing with the CAPTCHAs, like especially with the crosswalk. If like the little little corner of the crosswalks and the one little thing do we have to hit that one?
Yes, they want you to.
Is that part of the crosswalk, or is that just like it's just kind of bled
I don't
over
know. To be honest, I sometimes have to do CAPTCHAs like 3 times, and I'm like, I did all of them right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you're
swear to some of these companies. I swear some of these companies, like maybe somebody like Verizon, for example. I know you guys don't have Verizon there, do you? Do you have Verizon there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Verizon's everywhere because they're awful. Like I swear that like them on purpose, they will do that stuff and have the CAPTCHA fail because they don't want you to actually, especially like if you want to go into billing or customer service or anything like that, they'll have the CAPTCHA like fail every single time because they don't want to have to help.
Right.
And then you give up and you're like, yeah, screw it. I'll pay $10 extra on the bill because I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'd rather pay $10 extra to deal with your customer service.
I like Ryan's response here. That used to be my thing. Just I do it aggressively, like Lou was saying. I just go 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, until it used to work.
Yeah,
it used to work. But he's right; it doesn't work anymore. You can't do that. If you do it, you just go back to the menu. Just keep starting over.
Like robot literally will hang up on you. They don't care.
Or it'll punish you. If you've gone 3 menus forward and you're getting really mad, it'll take you back to menu 1.
Yep.
Right.
And then all of a sudden there's like a 10-hour wait time. Do you want to wait? We'll call you back. Yeah, we're not calling you back. I love that. We'll call you back.
But I mean, I think you're right. It's so funny when we're moving so fast and so many things, and like we can't get a stupid thing like that right.
Yeah. Yep. Right. Exactly.
And I know that, like you were saying, like, with Verizon, they don't want you to get into it, but there are a lot of places that do want you to optimize these. And I'm thinking, this never optimizes anything.
Yeah,
this is just horrible customer service, like the apps and like other things.
Yeah, and the bottom line is humans are still better, because humans I feel like are still better, and but this is what's happening, and I think like AI I think definitely affects again. Going back to this gig thing, the gig work thing is AI and people losing their jobs because of AI. It's just going to oversaturates everything even more because
and AI is going to also start. I mean, look, one of my concerns has been, how do you audit an algorithm? So, like, if they ever said, "Listen, dude, we're going to audit you. We're going to dig into this hard." How? How? Because they could just say, "Okay, here's the flash drive," and it's like a second set of bugs. It's cooked. And even then, they could keep you in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, if I do this, if then, and they're taking you all over the map and it doesn't make any sense. So how do you audit an algorithm? It could start literally saying, these are the people who are taking the dollar orders. These are the people who are looking for the bangers. Mm-hmm. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep these guys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, again, it goes against, I mean, that's not even independent contractor stuff. That's like breaking every law there is. But how do you catch them?
Yeah.
I mean, we know that people get deactivated for no reason at all. So how do you catch them if they do, if they're now looking into you with AI and saying, this guy's like really picky about making money?
Yeah. Right. This person's really,
deactivate.
Yeah. And
like this person wants to pay his rent and eat or something.
Yeah.
So deactivate him.
Right. Yeah. Because who cares? As long as I'm making my big money, who cares if Joe Blow can't, you know,
no more bangers without being platinum. See, I don't get this, because I honestly think that for DoorDash specifically, even, I think they've crossed every line now. I think they are an employment model. And I think that there's no hiding it anymore. They're already a W-2 without a W-2 attached.
Yep. They're W-2, but worse. Yeah.
I mean, I really do think that, though, the way that you and I were even talking, I don't do nearly as much as you guys have, but like for us who are in this space all the time, having to schedule a week out if we want to take a 3-4 hour shift.
Yeah.
That didn't used to be the case.
And I literally, you know, I will literally schedule every single day, regardless if I'm going to be going out or not. And I'll let the thing, and I think there's going to be a point too where I'm actually shocked there isn't yet, where there's something for people like me who schedule every single day, whether I'm going to be going out or not. And then I get the text message saying that your shift starts in 30 minutes. Your shift now is going to end in 15 minutes if you don't sign up. Okay, your shift ended. Somebody else can be able to do it. I do expect at some point where like
they're gonna be like, you do that, you're doing that too much.
You're doing that too much, and it'll flag the account, and I won't be able to schedule that far in advance anymore because of the fact that I'm not
showing up for your
schedule. Not showing up at work, essentially.
Not showing up for your independent contractor gig with complete flexibility where you can work when you want.
Right.
That they've already bypassed and said, no, you have to schedule.
Well, isn't it the earn by time? I'm not the earn by time in New York City. Isn't that one of the stipulations that, or is that the Uber thing that we read about?
I think it was Uber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That if like you.
Yeah. If you don't make Uber, I think it was Uber who said if you don't make your time scheduled or something like that, you would get penalized for that, I believe.
Because Uber now, if in the city they have to schedule, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
but already what they're doing with the food delivery in the city too is already backlashing on people. And it's exactly what we said. We said that, listen, if you go to this model of 50 cents per active minute, people are just going to take 40 minutes to deliver a 20-minute order. Those people are being deactivated by the masses.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
I mean, they're already saying, and they know what they're doing. They say, no, you're milking the clock now. Milking the clock. Am I an employee?
Right. So that's.
I mean, I understand you guys have this. That's why I said it was a bad idea. You know, you don't want 50 cents a minute. That's too locked into something bad.
Right.
Like, that's not even good.
When we did the earn by time, we were just like, I remember there was one point like that we took a wrong turn by accident, and we were like, all right, well, whatever. I mean, we're getting paid, so who cares if we're just like another 5 minutes later.
So Edward wants to know. I think he's talking about the same thing that we were just talking about.
Yeah. Well, we'll never do that because
that's only in the 5 boroughs.
Yeah, it's only the 5 boroughs.
So we're in Suffolk, and they were very far from there. So
but even if you weren't,
it's just stressful.
It's not worth it
driving
anyway.
Driving in that area too. It's very stressful. It's not something we want.
But to me, that's not even worth it anyway.
It's not. Right. No, it's not. It's not. And not only that, but then we'd have to go on with the pay toll. We'd have to pay, first of all, the tolls even to even get there. Like how much?
No, we could go to Queens and we wouldn't have to pay tolls.
True.
But, but then we could be taking something. But you have to take every single order.
Yeah,
right?
you have to take. I think you can only decline like one or something like that in an hour. So we might end up having to risk taking a toll, and then the tolls are like $25.
Right.
And so there's your hour.
And then you're stuck in Manhattan.
Yeah. And it's very stressful. Like it's New York City is anywhere in the 5 boroughs, New York City, Bronx. It's very stressful driving in that area. We're Suffolk County people, Long Island, where there's a lot less people on the road than that, where it's very congested. A lot of street rules, a lot of street parking, no parking lots. So a lot of people double parking. That's not for us. Like we're Long Islanders. We're suburbia.
So a little more of like normal life.
Yeah, exactly. That's that's too much. It's
like you can
very
pull up
stressful.
to somebody's house, not get
Tax
arrested
write-off.
for
Yeah.
putting your car there.
Tax right off.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know, 25 tolls.
Yeah, $25. Yeah, $25. Like, our daughter, when she comes home from school, I see $25. And I used to do that. I because I used to work in Connecticut, and I did like I did 2 tolls
Yes.
a day for that.
Well, back and forth.
Back and
Yeah.
forth, which we had to pay for. That wasn't a write off, because that's W-2 employee. That's just part of your travel. Has nothing to do with you pay for it.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dash Your Life Hawaii, Ron Boots, but he posted this. I'm friends with Ron. I like Ron. And I'm thinking, okay, I even tried to get the answer before we went on live here tonight, because I wanted to know how many dash hours were you, though, not active?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because I know he's in Hawaii, so I mean, maybe he does have a
Right.
lot less downtime, but at the same time, out of this 21 hours, how many were you actually on the app?
Yeah, right. Because 21 hours is just from when you take an order to when you drop off an order.
Right. And maybe not in Hawaii, but in most markets, most of the time, it's close to twice as much as your active time as your dash time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's good. You're sitting and waiting. It would be nice if actually DoorDash showed you that information. Well, I mean,
Do they show up?
I mean, just something that you got to keep track of yourself. I like to see.
And
that
then
kind
we
of stuff.
and this one I thought was weird too. This is from 2 days ago. Atlanta Delivers. I've had her on the podcast before. She's over in Europe. They're striking.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, if you guys aren't familiar with Europe in that way, they don't strike often.
What's going on over there?
They don't strike often. I mean, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Protest?
They don't protest.
Yeah, protest. But so I wanted to show you guys 4 different roadie offers. I know you don't do roadie, but I just wanted to show you how crappy these are. Because these are just getting literally worse, and it's crazy to me.
1994 Home Depot.
23
miles.
23 miles.
Yep. And it says small gig, but it was like it said 4 items at 60 pounds. When I do curry, that's a medium gig.
60 pounds, $20.
Yeah.
How do they make? That's terrible.
Huge. It's a huge one.
Look at this. Look at this one. So this one's probably the best out of them.
16 items. Gig. 600 pounds. Oh boy.
Wait, what?
600 pounds is the total. You have 16 items. 55 pounds is the heaviest one. 600-pound total.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
I'm
like this.
Oh,
this
that's
is
terrible. Oh,
this is something that everybody should know. Where the start and end is all through mountain roads. That 53 minutes is if there's no snow. Right now, there's always snow up there. If there's no snow, it's about an hour and a half, to be honest. You're making $16 for an hour and a half.
Steve, you're not selling me on roadie here.
Brutal.
That's 26 miles to get you there and then get you back.
Right.
And then your neck of the woods. Look at this one.
Oh, Merrick. What do we got?
Oh, from New York City?
What?
They're going to New York City. So that one, there's tolls.
Is that person who, first of all...
Is that Flowers?
Are you kidding me?
I know, but so
so you're paying tolls there for that, and I don't see anything about tolls.
Well,
here, so
tolls get reimbursed by tolls do get reimbursed by road.
Tolls get reimbursed,
but that's 33 miles to there, and then you got to come all the way back.
All right, so I know. So we grew up in Merrick.
Uh-huh.
We grew up in Merrick. And
that's why I pulled it up for you, because I wanted to show you guys.
You knew we grew up in Merrick, didn't you?
Well, yes. If not, I knew this was right where you guys are.
That's literally where we.
Yeah. That's where we grew up. But that's completely like we see orders like that on we've seen orders like that on Instacart, and we wonder
for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah,
but then it's another hour back.
It's another hour back.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
if there's no flower shops in New York City, like that's what we don't understand. No, that's what we don't understand. There'll be like these orders for like Walmart. I mean, there's only a couple of Walmarts on Long Island, but they'll pick the one furthest away, and there'll be one, like say it's like by Queens, and they'll pick the one all the way out by us, when there's a one closer. We don't understand
Never
why.
understand it. Never understand
how that works out.
Yeah. So like a situation like that, it's like, you know, I almost feel bad for the customer if the customer doesn't know that their flowers are being delivered from Merrick
for $21.
Yeah. They, you know, I feel bad for them that they probably don't know.
Because that person's never getting them. I mean,
so Cray is saying that I remember that Ron, so that thing that I was showing that Ron, how much Ron made in that active time. So I guess it was a 24-hour thing. So out of that shows how much different it is in Hawaii, because he was active 21 and a half out of 24 hours.
Okay.
That's not normal for any of us.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like I said, Super Bowl Sunday, we made $18 in 2 hours.
But but this, even like when I got to break it down, Cray has a W-2 as well.
Made over $400.
All the power to you, Cray. Solid.
But I mean,
that's awesome.
And what's your market, Cray?
But is it? That's about $16 an hour, $17.
I mean, I just mean all the power, but all the power to you. Like if you have a W-2 and then you were dedicated enough to stay out 24 hours on Super Bowl Sunday, to me, that's somebody who is a hard worker.
Yeah.
You know, that's what that's.
Oh,
that's
yeah. I don't doubt for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
I'm
like,
sure she's one of the hardest
that's what I'm saying. It's like, that is like respect.
Jacksonville.
So, you know,
we usually make bank on Super Bowl, but it was just terrible this year.
Hey, good night, Traveler.
Night, Traveler.
Good night.
But yeah, so 438 and change to be exact, all apps. Okay, but I mean, first of all, I don't think the Super Bowl played out for many people well. That's just my take. Maybe you guys are all going to say I'm wrong.
I'm going to say you're right.
Okay, because I mean, like, I think that a lot of people went out with some big, and I kind of felt like I didn't want to rain on anybody's parade, but I kind of felt like I don't think what you're thinking is going to happen.
We went out with big expectations.
You did? Okay.
Yeah,
we did. Yeah.
Well, my coworker that she went out actually during the Super Bowl, and she said it was completely dead. Mm-hmm. And usually that's when, you know, last minute things are happening, or, you know, like you're ordering in like wings that you forgot, or she said she went out and she ended up just going out for an hour because she wasn't getting any orders.
And she's not top dasher, right? She's
she's part-time.
She's a lowly like us. She's lowly on the DoorDash food chain.
Yep. We didn't even get the Philly pretzels.
We didn't.
No one ordered from Philly pretzels.
How rude.
You know, it's so weird because every week we have Gig Work Mama. She's on from Canada. And she was saying how like the percentage of DoorDash usage in Canada is like 5% market share, and like Uber Eats owns it, and even like Skip the Dishes. They're bigger than DoorDash. She said DoorDash is like the nothing there.
Yeah, I would say that's like right now us, because like I said,
right, but still here in the United States, DoorDash has the market share though.
Yeah,
you know, most like. You know, I don't know why more people don't use Uber, but I mean, like, I guess Uber's global is my point. So you can use Uber anywhere, but here Uber Eats doesn't do as well as DoorDash.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy to me. Like, are that many people? I mean, what's the advantage to the consumer? Is it that they hate Uber, or is it that they think the DoorDash app from the consumer side is better?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I feel like if they really examined it, they might find that it's they might find it's a better deal to be on Uber though.
Better commercials. I think.
Yeah, are they going on and comparing and seeing that?
I think also the name DoorDash is just, you know, like, you know, you always have like the name that people associate with something. I think more people associate DoorDash with food delivery than they associate Uber with. They associate Uber with driving. They associate DoorDash with food delivery.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. They say, I'm going to DoorDash something. What is going on? Hey, Pedro. What's up, Pedro?
What is Dodwe?
I don't know what Dodwe means, but
did we? Did we what?
Did we what?
Yeah, I mean, that's another point too that Ryan's saying here is the Postmates is still around. I mean, and I know that that's straight up based on people who, you know, like some markets Postmates was still big. you know. And so like if Postmates was doing better than Uber Eats, they've kept Postmates in that market, even though Uber Eats bought them. So Postmates is still around in some markets.
Pedro, we solved the problem. We solved the problem. We told everybody
100%.
We told everybody, look in the mirror and do things for yourself, and don't let the gig apps control you. You know, I always say Pedro DoorDash Santiago always is like the best about saying like the bet on yourself. It always goes back to that, in my opinion. Like, screw the apps, do you, and do everything better than you can, because you can. Like, be confident in yourself, dig deep, look in the mirror, and say, yes, I am the man. I'm going to get this crap done. I'm not going to let any of these companies stop me from getting a promotion and promoting myself to whatever the next thing is going to be.
Yeah.
Work hard. Crush souls.
Yeah, and it's I think part of it too. Part of it is literally, it's not like you can just call it a day anymore and go, I'll get it tomorrow.
Nope.
It's because it's every day is the same now. You know, it's just, I mean, yes, the hustle's still there. Yes, you can still make money, but you're gonna need to change your game. You're gonna need to switch it up, like we were saying, get on other apps or look into other things. Even who knows, man. Dig deep in you. I've heard Pedro say it. I've said it. We've said it here tonight. Like, dig deep and see if you've got something outside the app. Have 100 streams of income, you know. But I mean, start having as many streams of income as you can, because even W2 is not safe. So just do everything.
So you gotta do everything. That's why you don't just do W2.
Yeah. I mean, so you know, yeah, bet on you.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the conclusion we came to here tonight, Pedro. Like, bet on you, but when there's a protest, not a strike, go look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Lou was saying, like, what are you gonna do? Stand in your yard?
Like, what are you protesting? Like, that's what I said. I said 2 hours. Basically, you're just saying you just, you know. I was like, there's no paid time off here. There's no PTO time.
Right, you're standing in your lawn, and people are coming by, going, "You take the day off?" You're like, "No, I'm protesting."
Yeah, I'm in front of my house. I'm not working for the next 2 hours. Yeah, that's nice. Good for you. Good for you. I'm gonna go mow the lawn.
So the Carnifage is in Vegas, and so yeah, I mean, I thought Carnifage, I thought you weren't doing as well on delivery as you were before, and that's why you're doing some of the other apps. I'm glad to hear that's coming around a bit. Or I don't know if that was just Sunday. I can't even imagine working in Vegas on Sunday for the Super Bowl. That must have been the biggest. I would rather be in shackles. I mean, that's where it was. The town was shut down. I don't even know how you got around. You know, I guess maybe stay in here. I don't know. So maybe one of the last things we could hit on here is like, does DoorDash need to stop letting people, and I know this would suck and a lot of people aren't going to like this, but do they need to stop letting people go way out of their zone?
Letting people
because
go
we know this is, well, we know this is happening now. There's people with out of state plates and others, and they're not people like with a YouTube channel traveling. They're going there because that market's not as saturated. Because DoorDash works anywhere you go. So I mean, like me, I'm in Denver. There's like 12 zones in Denver. So maybe they could say, yeah, you can work all those zones in Denver, but you can't go to Colorado Springs or Fort Collins, and you can't go to Nebraska, and you can't go to.
Nah, I'm gonna ixnay on that one. I don't think so.
Okay, I was just thinking it might be a way to collectively say this is how many we have in this area.
No, because that really takes away from the quote unquote Indiana. What am I saying?
I have
independent contractor.
Thank you.
But I think they've already burned independent contractor to the ground. They don't.
Yeah, well, that'll be the nail in the coffin. That'll be the nail in the coffin. That'll be the nail in the coffin, in my opinion.
I mean, they really are though. They're
get rid of the zones.
Yeah,
just
get rid
of them. Just like with Uber, just let you just do it, and you can just go anywhere. It's so frustrating when they bring you out of the zone. Because that's where you're picking up in your zone, but you're dropping off outside your zone. And then it's like, okay, you're not going to get anything until you go back to your zone.
Yeah.
And that's annoying.
Well, see, sometimes like I don't do it nearly as much, but when I am testing, and lately it's been more than it had been, and it's so bad that I'm noticing how bad. But sometimes they'll take me out of my zone, and because I live one zone away from downtown Denver's zone, they'll say, "Do you want to switch to this zone? It's doing much better," kind of thing. And I get like that thing there, so I've said sure, and then I'm like, I'm like working in a zone I hate though. I'm like, God, why did I do that? And I can't go back to mine.
Yeah,
right now you're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't get that too often, only because our zone is so huge.
We do have a big zone.
Yeah, we do have a very big zone, and because of the fact that we don't take orders that would take us out of the zone anyway, generally, it would have to be a real banger. And like I said, we don't really see bangers, so because we're the low end of the employees.
And then sometimes they will be like, Art will search for something to bring you back to your zone.
Yeah, they don't find crap.
Yeah, see, Ryan's talking about what I'm talking about here. People are driving an hour to Austin to make that zone work for them. I can never
imagine.
I mean, is it worth it?
Like I hated when I had to drive an hour and a half to work when I worked in Connecticut for like, a salary. I can never imagine driving an hour to do gig work.
Well, see, but I guess my point, Mary, is like if they're definitely going to be trying to make every dime. So they're going to take some bad orders. They're going to, which is meaning those orders aren't going to increase, and we're not going to see the good orders anymore.
You better do that when if you're going all that way, you better be freaking taking every single order, because or else you really wasted your time.
Right.
Right. But now you're screwing up that market.
Oh, totally. 100%.
So
I don't think they shouldn't be allowed to do that.
No,
I just think that they should just do something else.
It's just, I guess I'm trying to think outside the box because it's too wild west. DoorDash is the epitome of you are a W-2 employee now.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
You just don't get a W-2 tax document, but you are an employee at this point.
Oh yeah,
by every standard and definition.
Yeah,
scheduling, tiers.
100%. Yep, 100%.
Acceptance rating that has you can't use it.
Yep,
but they are.
And even now with the tougher completion percentage rules.
Right. Well, I mean, to be honest, I've actually heard Pedro talk about that too, and he obviously, like you guys, he does a lot more DoorDash than me, but he was saying like, to be honest, guys, like shouldn't you complete 90 out of every 100? I gotta say I agree with that.
You should. Yeah, you should. You shouldn't take that's because you shouldn't take the orders you shouldn't take the orders that you're not going to complete.
Right, because when they allow you 80, that means it's 20 out of every 100 you're allowed to unassign and screw up how quickly the food gets to people.
Yeah. Right. But I wonder, like there are definitely people, like it was definitely a trick, I know, for some totally to use completion percentage to their advantage to try and get top dasher. So I wonder if that played a little bit into it as well, because the fact you can accept an order, then cancel it, but your acceptance rate goes up because of the fact that you accepted the order. So what is our what are our parting? First of all, should anybody protest tomorrow? If you're going to protest, I'm going to say this is what you do. Instead of protesting, look in the mirror and say, what can I do to make myself better today?
Yeah. If you're that or go have a nice Valentine's Day, or if you're going to protest,
happy Valentine's Day.
It's not Valentine's Day today.
Tomorrow. And I'm streaming on Glow Poker Live tomorrow I'm streaming poker tomorrow on Twitch for Valentine's Day.
Did you really not know that?
Yeah, I don't know. When you work from home, you don't know what the days are anymore. You have no idea.
Oh my Lord.
Facebook tells me.
But so people, I agree. People, I mean, because the protest is just I don't want to ruin anybody's parade who's really into this.
I'm gonna DoorDash some flowers from Queens.
For $20,
40 miles. I'm gonna make somebody go over 2 tolls to bring me those flowers, but I'll tip them handsomely.
I mean, I don't know if it was the last time we were on here, but I did mention how, like, when I was doing a DoorDash, there was like a Panda Express to an airport. My zone's weird. It goes all the way up to the airport. It's a big one. And so it wanted me to pick up a Panda Express, which is right by me. And it wanted me to drive it out to the airport 16 miles.
Oh.
But there's a Panda Express from the hotel it wanted me to deliver to. There's a Panda Express 0.2 of a mile from there.
Yeah, F that crap.
Maybe their tablet was off.
They shut the app off.
They turned their tablet off.
They shut it off.
That's probably what happened.
Is it though? Because I feel like that happens a handful of times, and I feel like isn't
Maybe
that what it is, or are they just that stupid?
Maybe they don't have a tablet.
Yeah. Or nobody in that zone out by the airport's accepting it, and they're finally like, just throw it to that guy that's 16 miles away. We'll have him.
I have till roughly 6 o'clock to get Mary something for Valentine's Day.
We usually don't.
Yeah, we're not really big. But like we're of the mindset of Valentine's Day is just one of those commercialized holidays.
Oh, yeah, it's a Hallmark. It's a Hallmark holiday.
Yeah, exactly. That they're just like, they made up so this way then that they could just sell some more stuff.
Yeah, and charge people outrageous prices and make you wait in long lines. You want to go out to dinner? I'm not a big believer in it either. I've argued that every day should be Valentine's Day if you care about somebody.
Every day is Valentine's Day in this house.
Right, to like say one day out of the year, hey, you should care about your significant other. That's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, that's right.
Go get him a card and some flowers and go spend some overpriced dinner. Like, no. Why not celebrate it the day after when everything's dead? Go have the restaurant to yourself and
oh yeah.
Let's
do that.
What?
You want to go out to dinner on Thursday? What are we doing on Thursday?
That gives Lou an extra day to get a gift.
Maybe Friday. We'll bring James with us.
Bring James with us.
Think about Valentine's.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. So I guess the parting words are to my thing right now is don't delete them, but step away from the traditional apps.
Yeah.
Start branching out. And
I agree with Steve. Broaden your horizons.
I agree with Steve 100%.
I mean, 100%.
That's why I asked Mary.
But don't deactivate yourself. Don't call them and say I'm done, because you just don't know, and then things could change.
I'm telling you. I said to Mary, and I know I've been fighting myself with it. I said to Mary, why am I because I was going out and doing shifts on Wednesday nights, making maybe $50 or $60, as opposed to playing poker where I can make so much more money. And I said to Mary, why am I doing this when I'm really good at poker and I can make so much more money playing poker? Why am I sitting here in my car waiting for a $6 order to pick up something at Taco Bell?
Well, because
that's it. Use your skills.
Sometimes it's just you, but sometimes it's the two of you, and so I'm guessing it's that you.
Well, Wednesday nights, if I go out Wednesday nights, I go out by myself. So it's like, what am I doing anyway? It's like, I was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
It used to be good.
It used to be great, but because it used to be amazing. But now it's like, why would I sit in my car waiting 20 minutes for an order, watching YouTube videos, when I can be at home watching YouTube videos and maybe playing some poker and making a lot more money?
Yeah.
And it's using a skill. And thank you, gig apps. You're amazing when I need you to, when I need you, but I'm not going to let you control me.
Yeah.
So do something else. The moral of the story is do something else.
Again, guys, not all courier apps are good. Even like I love Curry. I love some other things that I do, but like Rodeo, again, I'll bring it up.
Terrible. Oh my God.
I mean, that's really bad, you guys. That's offensive.
It's like Steve, you don't even know how bad that is.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, but I mean,
gas money you're gonna spend. The whole thing, dude. You're making $5.
Not only that, the stress.
Right, of driving to the city.
You want to see a good YouTube video? We'll do that, because if anybody likes to watch Mary get all stressed out and everything like that,
we're not doing it.
Yeah, I ain't doing it.
I'm not driving. You could drive.
Yeah,
I mean, it might be fun. It might be fun just to go there and see what what is so special about these flowers. Like Mary said, that's it. We haven't done a video on the other channel. Let's just go to that flower shop and find out how amazing their flowers are.
What's the name of the flowers?
Yeah, what was the name of the flower shop? Flowers Support ID.
No,
Yeah,
it's
we'll never know.
Olivet.
Oh,
Olivet.
Olivet.
Yeah.
Oh,
They must have the best flowers.
are you gonna go there tomorrow to get flowers?
That's it. I'm going to Merrick tomorrow to get flowers during my lunch break. I'm going to Olivet. I heard you guys have the best flowers in like all of Long Island.
Right. They're so good. They
friend
need
from
to
Colorado
import them
even
into the
told us.
A friend
city.
from Colorado said you have to go to Olivet.
He's never even been here.
Restaurant Depot and the Avalon.
It's stressful enough. Yep. At night.
At night, nonetheless.
We should do a Restaurant Depot at night. Mary just gave me this look. You guys see the look she gave me? She's like, no way. I will leave you at Restaurant Depot.
Yep.
Yeah,
In
but
the freezer section.
but he doesn't
Lou
lose, Edward.
He doesn't lose at poker.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, he loses, but not like
I don't
he doesn't
lose.
lose his shirt.
he doesn't walk away from playing poker and lose.
He doesn't drop like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. I'm a lifetime winner.
But I do think that everybody needs to start changing their plan a bit. I honestly, I'm trying not to say it in a way that people get upset, because some people are so set on, no, I'm doing this, I'm going to stick it out, it will come around. It might, but why are you sticking? Like Lou said in the beginning again, like, you only get one life and you're wasting your time.
Yeah. If you have look at it this way, if you have a W-2 job, do you stay there? Like, do you stay there for like years and years and years and years and years without a raise and without promotion? Or do you say, okay, I need to go find another job now?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And even better, do you have a job, a W-2 job, and they cut your pay? Do you like, okay, cool, I'll still work here? Or do you go and get another job?
Right.
I would hope if anybody ever gets their pay cut, they leave
immediately.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't even give notice because that's so offensive.
Yep.
That
and
I wouldn't. And I'm a guy who, even if I'm hating a job, I'm going to give you the notice. If you say I can leave early, cool, we came to an agreement.
Yep.
But I'm going to do my responsible part and live it out. But if you were to decrease my pay, I'm walking out that second.
Mm-hmm.
You're in control of yourself. Don't blame the apps. Blame yourself, and take that negative and turn it into a huge positive, and be a winner at life.
Yeah.
The game and the life.
Yeah. I'm not
just don't have like the car with like all the 4 children and all that stuff. They're very expensive.
These immigrants crossing the border.
Looking at us ready to hop on the apps and take any and every order. Anything you guys deciding to stop them are going to change anything. LOL. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, the worst part about that is like me. Okay, I heard Kim tonight saying, Kim said, and Kim uses DoorDash all the time, daily. I don't use it as much. Kim said, I haven't been facial recognized by DoorDash in a year. I've been facial recognized in the last 2 months where I've been using it a lot, or not a lot, but like once, twice a week. I've been facial recognized every week.
Yeah.
Well, I know that for a fact they're not doing it to the illegals, because those are illegal accounts. Those are.
Yep.
I mean, so I don't know.
You get on Uber, like
Uber does it a lot.
Yeah.
Uber does it a
lot.
Yeah. Uber at least cares that you're driving, at least.
Well, maybe Uber's cracking down a little harder on it. I don't know.
Uber's been doing it for a while, though.
And Instacart too has been doing a lot.
Uber, actually, what's interesting about Uber and that is Uber, even like if I shut the app off and turn it back on, like in a shift, if I shut it off because we're doing a shop or something like that, when I turn it back on, it'll actually do the facial recognition for me. It'll be like, even though it was only maybe like a half hour later, it'll want to know that, like, I'm me.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Instacart's even better. Instacart, they make you do the profile. They make you look at it. Now it says, now turn your head left. Now turn your head right. Like, it does all that. It's like, it's really in depth.
It really wants to know that you're you.
It's like open up. Nah.
I mean, this is not good either.
Picked up a Walmart order. 7 drop-offs, about 30 miles for $68.
Hey, it's $2.
It's 2,000 miles, but it's 30 miles is a lot.
How long did it take you to
Right,
do that?
and I guess the other part is, where does it leave you? Is it leaving you 30 miles from where you want to be?
Yeah,
Or is
where
it
now it's like you
rounding
gotta make
back
your way
around
back.
to where
Like
you
that
started?
was the one thing when we did the Dash Mart, the Dash Link thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were so far away from home.
We were in Queens.
We were in Queens.
We were like one step away from,
and we didn't do anything on the way
Manhattan.
back. So like all that mileage back.
Right.
Yeah. But now by the way, you'll never Uber actually cares who drives. Grab up a door, just accept door. Yep. You know, our cat you saw him before actually signed up for DoorDash. You should actually see my cat delivering food. Our cat delivering food pretty soon. Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah. Well, I agree 100%.
Have to overcome.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Agreed.
I mean,
Daniel K's got it.
but that's
The hustle
guys,
of life.
that's independent contractorship too. Like even traditional. Like if you find a niche that you're really good at and you form a business, what's to stop 3 other people in your area from doing it? Now you have a major competition.
Yep.
You're going to have to adapt, change. Part of being an independent contractor is that's what's always happening.
Yep.
So you need to, I mean, you get in good runs where like for a year you got some steady clients, everything's going good, but then you get a shakeup. And when you're an independent contractor, you don't have all the protections of a traditional employee.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm at a point in my life where I don't want a boss. I've had enough in my lifetime. I've learned everything I need to know. And
you also have like, I feel like I look at you like as a leader, like a leader of the community, and you have a great brand, and I feel like when I look at you, I feel like you're like at the top, in my opinion. Like you're the 1%. So
that would protest.
The 1%.
No, like the 1%, like that your hard work has put you to where somebody would want to be.
Like he's gone.
Right, exactly. You're what
further.
you've done the work to be the 1% that other people would like to get to be. Yeah.
I feel like I've also,
I've
also been shipped off to other countries and worked for 30 days straight. And people don't understand that, well, you get some downtime, yeah, but when you don't live there and you're out of some hotel and the whole time's working. So it's like, production work can kill. I've done a lot of hard work in my life. Like, working in bars and restaurants, not easy. Production, one of the toughest jobs there is, but very rewarding. So I'm watching a lot of people, get very mad at these apps. And I'm like, I've been through the ringer on a lot of things. So I'm like, you just got to get through it.
Yeah. Yep.
You just got to punch through it. And if you're trying to be your own boss, you got to accept that even though it's not defined well and whatnot, you got to accept this is what it is. And you are your own boss, and the taxes are going to consider you that way, everything else. So make sure you're optimizing the crap.
Steve knows the word grind, and you got to grind.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to grind.
Grind in life.
Grind, hustle, sell.
Yep.
You got
Daniel K. I almost said Rick because Daniel K. When I first saw Daniel K.'s picture, the first thing I thought was like Rick Grimes from Walking Dead for some reason. I don't know, maybe the beard. I don't know. What's wrong with you? I don't know. Maybe that viewer was right, Mary. Maybe like, what's wrong with this guy? Why are you with this schmuck?
Wait, so this is okay. So I just jumped on and Dash in Arizona. I'm not understanding this migrant issue. Our household receives deliveries about 5 times a week. I Dash often. Larger orders still exist in the rotation daily.
Well, large orders, if you're a part of the large order program and a top dasher, you are going to see really good orders. I mean, I see, like I said, I see it from my buddy who sends me the screenshots every single day. There are great orders out there. There are fantastic orders out there.
Sure. I was trying to figure out the middle part that our household receives deliveries about 5 times. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
No, the orders definitely they're there. They exist. They exist, but it's like Steve has mentioned, it is the employee model where
the employees that are the top dashers, the good stuff,
and
The employees.
The employees of DoorDash.
And that's not a joke anymore. They are.
Wait, maybe they are employees.
They are.
I mean, it's everything short of filling out your W-2. Because you're working on shifts. You're working on, unless you are one of these people that are taking almost everything.
And especially when you are doing the earn by time, because you're only allowed to cancel or not accept one order in an hour. Yeah. And so they're restricting you, saying you need to be taking these orders no matter what they are.
Yep. Keyword allowed.
Well, not only that, Mary, but it says to you in the app, I don't know. And it recently came to our market, and I think it pays on the higher end. It's $18.50, but I still wouldn't do it. Right. Not a chance.
Yeah,
because I know it's them testing to see where the threshold with people is, but the bottom line is at $18.50, like, okay, so you're going to allow me to decline one. You're going to send me all the long mile orders. You're going to do this, that, the other. I'm not working for that.
Right. Yeah. Ever had to deliver to somebody who was sitting in his truck in a vacant parking lot? I was like, yeah, I'm good now.
Yeah. So
you have no idea where you're going. Like it just tells you where you're picking it up. You have no idea where you're going.
Yep. Good luck.
Okay, so before we sign off, either or both of you, like how do the full-time, because I know you guys do it part-time, but what do the full-timers do if they're just dead set on toughing this out?
Stick to it. And
I mean, is it more to
me, it's just like you said before, just expand your horizons, horizons.
See what's in your market and sign up.
There are so many ways. There are so many ways to be your own boss. Learn new skills that will pay you more money, because there are plenty of more better opportunities for things to do that will make you more money, and you can still be your own boss. You can do it. Just learn those skills, and it's never been easier with YouTube. It's never been easier to learn new skills. You don't even have to even pay to learn those skills, and then just be dedicated. Just wake up in the morning, have a goal for the day, and
try to stick to it.
And the most important thing is, if you fail, don't give up. Keep going, because nobody was ever an expert in day one. And just keep pushing yourself. And if you really, really want it, you can get it. You can get it 100%.
Yeah, I would even challenge some of you guys to go look online. There's so many at-home online jobs.
Amazing. Look at
that pay better than what you're making on apps.
Look at the apps as 1099 entry level. This is your job when you get out of high school. Now it's time to get a better job in 1099 work, independent contractor work.
But it's not but Lou's not belittling the work either, because if you're doing if you're doing all kinds of things, and this is a part of it that fits in, that could be a part forever.
Yeah, so I mean, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep on doing it.
Yeah.
We're going to keep on doing it. 5 years from now, we're probably going to keep on doing it if it exists.
Yeah, I mean, and again, things can change. I mean, I guess one of the biggest things is we'll see over the next couple months, because if spring doesn't bring any kind of change, winter didn't do much, or I mean, the holidays didn't really seem to do what they've done in years past. So if it doesn't change in spring, I think they're just hitting some new lows.
You know what? It is what it is. That's the case. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We always love doing these. We always run about the same time too. I just had looked up and I'm like, we're 1 minute short of 2 hours. Perfect.
Yes.
That's a wrap.
We started a little bit late too.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for joining and watching on the replay.
Thank you. Thank you for everybody who the subs and all that too.
And all that stuff. Schedule, and everybody be safe, earn smart, and be good to each other,
Yep.
And try not, because we're all frustrated and a little angry. Just can be honest. So I mean, just be good to each other. You know, it's
When
it's not
when
easy on anybody.
Donated plasma for a month. Our daughter did that last year.
Oh yeah,
she made some good money.
That was a good side hustle.
That was a good side hustle.
What the
And also
the plasma?
Yeah.
I encourage everybody when you can sing morning coffee as well. It makes you feel so much better.
But yeah,
While
guys,
you're
just
drinking.
but really start expanding. You know, I do think that too. I think that was a common theme throughout the night. Even if it's that you want to stay in the app world, I know many of you are not even touching on a lot of apps because you're so you're like, but I like the delivery ones. Do you like it that you don't want to earn 3 times as much doing courier work?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's just other apps that pay better. So I mean, start looking into them.
And you have it in you.
I get that everybody's
have it in you,
and you all like these, but
yeah. But you have it in you because you already took that first step. Now it's time to take the next step.
Yeah. I mean, go where the money is, man. That's what I do.
Yep.
I mean, I work where the money is. I don't care what the app is anymore. I don't care. I'm trying to get the best pay.
Yep.
And if it involves more like physical work and stuff, I don't care.
Even if it's a cuddling app, Steve will do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll if the cuddling app worked. I mean, Hannibal tried it. His thing is still up on there too, by the way. His handle's Uber Black. But it's pretty funny. It's like they ask questions like, "You have a passport?" Where am I going to go? Where are you taking me?
His new gig app. Be my partner on an airplane. Fly with me.
Yeah.
Fly with you.
I don't know.
Fly with you.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. But just start thinking outside the box. There are other opportunities. And if you live in a sanctuary city or something like that, because I don't want to hit on that too hard, but if you do and you're feeling this more than other people, look at the other apps because there's a lot of apps that these people cannot get on.
Yep.
A lot. It's just they're not being sold. These accounts are much harder to get into. You just can't do it. You need to know how to speak to people on B2B platforms. So I don't know. Just don't sit on DoorDash waiting for it to come around for you, though. That's my thing. Don't do it.
Yep.
I mean, it's as close to a W-2 already as it can be. So
yep.
I don't know where they're going with this.
Agreed.
For all I know, it will be a W-2 soon. I don't know. And that's my concern about earn by time. I have a feeling they're trying to figure out exactly where that magic number is. That the lowest they could pay people.
Yep.
So with that said, thank you everybody. And we will see you next time when we do one of these. So thank you everybody for joining. It was always fun. So don't think it was negative. We're trying to throw out ideas because
Colorado and New York over here.
Yeah, but if you're watching this going, why are these guys being so negative? I would question how much gig work you're doing because you should be feeling what we're talking about. Anywhere you are. I don't know many markets that are
the part-timers.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So with that said, guys, have a great night and we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night.